Hi, I'm Nick. Today, I'm going to show you how to install an ezCAN on liquid-cooled R-series boxer twins.
This includes the R1200R, the R1200RS, the R1200RT, the R1200GS, and the R1200GS Adventure. To install an ezCAN on any liquid-cooled R-series BMW, consider the accessories you want to mount and where you want to mount them, and make sure you assign the right accessories to the right power output channels. The type and number of accessories you want to use will affect your installation and will also affect the way you set the power output channels during configuration. The ezCAN has 4 power output channels. 2 channels are capable of powering high power accessories and 2 are capable of powering low power accessories. However, you can adjust the maximum power that is used by each accessory, and you do not have to use any power output channel that you don't need. You have 4 options for installation and configuration of your accessories. For each option, the accessories connected to each channel are activated by the relevant control. To give 2 examples, if you select the second channel mapping option, the red high power channel can only be activated by pressing the horn button. And if you select the third channel mapping option, the yellow low power channel can only be activated by using the brake levers. When you install accessories according to any of the 3 configuration options, note these important points. When a power output channel is assigned to the horn, the accessory can only be activated by pressing the horn button. When a power output channel is assigned to a switched accessory, the accessory will receive power when the ignition is switched on. Power to the accessory will be cut after the set timeout limit. When a power output channel is assigned to one or more than one accessory spotlight, the relevant channel or channels will be powered whenever the ignition switch is on. If the motorcycle is fitted with a BMW Motorrad multi-controller, you can also set the maximum light intensity for both daytime and nighttime as you ride. When a power output channel is assigned to an auxiliary brake light, the channel can only be activated by using the brake levers. Make a note of the power draw of each accessory. The power draw figure is usually marked on the packaging. Note that a low power accessory is anything that will draw a continuous current of up to 4 amps, such as an auxiliary brake light or a GPS satellite navigation unit. A high power accessory is anything that will draw a continuous current of up to 10 amps, such as a set of LED spotlights, or a maximum of 25 amps for no more than 20 seconds, such as a high power air horn. Wherever possible, you may want to hide the wiring for the accessories under the body panels. This is to prevent any damage to the wiring, to prevent any wiring runs from being too long or too short, and to get a professional looking result. Also, if the accessory needs to be installed out of sight, consider the size of the accessory. For example, it may be difficult to fit physically large accessories like air horns underneath body panels. Park the motorcycle on its center stand. Remove the rear and then the front seats. The battery is located underneath the right-hand plastic trim panel below the front seat. Disconnect the negative battery terminal, then disconnect the positive jumper terminal. Note that on liquid-cooled R-series models, you do not have to remove the battery or disconnect the positive battery terminal. Always disconnect the negative terminal first. This is to help prevent sparks from igniting any flammable gas. Remove the ezCAN from its packaging. Note the length of the wiring harness and the number and types of terminal plugs. I'll explain these as we go along. Install the main body of the ezCAN under the seats by using the Velcro strips supplied with the kit. Liquid-cooled R-series motorcycles have a unique ezCAN installation in that the ezCAN is connected to these motorcycles using the RDC, that is, Tire Pressure Monitoring System connections. All other compatible BMW motorcycles use the DWA, that is, Anti-Theft Alarm System connections. If your liquid-cooled R1200 has an RDC system, you will see the RDC module in the small compartment just behind the rear seat and in front of the tail light. Note the wiring harness plug connected to the module. If your liquid-cooled R1200 does not have an RDC system, the end of the wiring harness plug will be covered by a plastic blanking plug. Disconnect the wiring harness plug from the RDC module, or remove the plastic blanking plug from the wiring harness plug. If your liquid-cooled R1200 has an RDC system, connect the female ezCAN CAN bus terminal to the RDC module. Then, connect the male ezCAN CAN bus terminal to the motorcycle wiring harness plug. If your liquid-cooled R1200 does not have an RDC system, connect the male ezCAN CAN bus terminal to the motorcycle wiring harness plug. Then, connect the plastic blanking plug to the female ezCAN CAN bus terminal. If your liquid-cooled R1200 is equipped with an ABS lean angle sensor, do not connect the ezCAN to the lean angle sensor or to the lean angle sensor plug. The ezCAN kit includes 4 stub connectors with male terminals. To find the best length for the cabling runs, install all your accessories on the motorcycle in their planned locations. Then, measure how much extra electrical wire you will need to connect each accessory to the ezCAN when the extra wire is connected to each stub connector. If you need to, you can extend a stub connector by adding more wiring between the wiring of the accessory and the relevant stub connector. Insulate the soldered joins using nylon heat shrink tubing. When joining the wires, pay attention to the polarity of the power cabling. Most accessories use red cables for 12-volt positive and black or brown cabling for ground or earth. If you're unsure, contact the manufacturer of the accessory for help. Decide which power output channels are going to power which accessories and connect the stub connectors to the accessories accordingly. Note that all stub connector terminals are numbered. Terminal 1 is always the 12-volt positive supply terminal. Terminal 2 is always the ground terminal. Note that the color of the relevant 12-volt positive supply wire is always the same as the color code of the equivalent power output channel. If you're installing spotlights that are equipped with a third wire for light intensity control, blank off the spotlight control wire using nylon heat shrink tubing. If you're not going to use one or more of the power output channels, install a blanking plug over the unused output. The ezCAN kit contains 2 blanking plugs. If you remove the standard BMW horn, the ezCAN can still control an accessory horn. However, removing the standard horn is not recommended, as it will cause the motorcycle to log a fault code. If you want to install an accessory horn, connect the accessory horn to the relevant high power output stub connector and connect the stub connector to the correct power output plug on the ezCAN. For best reliability, connect the stub connectors to the wiring of your accessories by soldering the wires and insulate the soldered joins using nylon heat shrink tubing. Route both the ezCAN power supply cables forward and downward along the motorcycle's rear subframe to the battery. Connect the orange power supply cable to the positive jumper terminal. Connect the brown ezCAN power supply cable to the battery negative terminal. Make sure that the battery negative terminal and the positive jumper terminal are securely tightened. It's very important to make sure that your installation will be 100% reliable. Wherever possible, make sure that the ezCAN wiring runs alongside existing electrical wiring. Use the cable ties to fasten all wiring. Make sure that you mount the ezCAN main fuse holder in a location that is easy to reach. Fasten the cable ties by pulling the loose end until there is slight resistance. When a cable tie is tightened, you should just be able to rotate it. If the insulation of the wiring has distorted, the cable tie is too tight. Cut that tie and use another one to secure the wiring. Program the ezCAN to control your accessories the way you want it to. To learn how to do this, you will need to watch the configuration video on the HEX ezCAN website. If you had to remove any body panels to install accessories, reinstall the panels. Reinstall the front and then the rear seats. The motorcycle is ready to ride. Thanks for watching. You can find the video on how to configure and operate your ezCAN at www.hexezcan.com.